One of the major emphasis of our modern day design is inclusivity, and by inclusivity I mean considering the disabled. So one of the major components used in considering the disabled in our projects are ramps. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Henry, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to model ramps properly in Revit and how to manipulate and adjust them to suit your personal needs. So as you can see here, you can see a project we have here. This is just a floor plan and we have a drop off here, but we want to create a ramp into this drop off. So I'm going to be showing you the methods of creating ramp and how you can manipulate them. So firstly, let's just go to our 3D and look at what we are dealing with properly. So we have a space here. I think this space just goes up to 150 millimeter above the natural ground level. So we're going to create a ramp to suit this. So the first thing to do is, before you create your ramp, is obviously better to go to a plan view. So we're going to go to this NGL, that is the natural ground level. Okay, if you don't know how to do levels, I have a Revit full course on that, so you can check that out later. So once you're in the plan view, you're just going to go under this architecture tab. Then you're just going to go to this ramp icon here. You're going to see ramp and you're going to click on ramp. So the first thing I usually advise to do is to click on edit type and duplicate the ramp. And let's say once you have clicked on duplicate, you're now going to name it, let's say 01 and let me just call it entrance ramps. Entrance ramp. So once you have given it a unique name like this, you are going to click OK. So you are going to start adjusting some parameters. Firstly, let's just edit these graphics of the text size. So we're just going to change this to 1.5 and we're going to put a desired font. So it's just really a minor stuff, but it's still something you should check out for. So you're also going to assign a material to this ramp. You're just going to click on this icon here. Then you're just going to right click. You're going to click on duplicate and you're just going to create a material. Let's just say ramp concrete. Okay, so once you're done with that, you're just going to click on this icon here. You're going to go to appearance, library, then you're going to hit concrete, then you're just going to assign a concrete material. I'll just pick this one. I think this is good. I'm going to close this, click on apply and click OK. So now you have done this, you're now going to look at these two parameters. Firstly, this is maximum incline length. So for this maximum inclinement, I usually used to change it to 100,000. So if you're using the metric system, of course, if you're using the imperial system, it's come in feet and inches. Then this ramp max slope 1 times distance. So what this 1 times distance means that in every 1 meter height, the ramp is going to need a distance of 12 meters. So if you want to, depending on what you want to do, you're not going to do the calculation. So let's say we just start with 6 and we're going to click OK. So once we have done this, you are going to see options to just run our ramp randomly and we can create it using the boundary lines. So we're just going to click on this boundary line and we're just going to draw our ramp profile. We're going to draw one here. We are going to draw one at this end too. So once we have drawn the boundary line, we are now going to click on this riser and we're going to use this riser to connect them. So unlike staircase, you don't need to draw multiple risers, just the 2 lines closing the loop. So once you have done this, you can just go and click on finish. So once you've clicked on finish, you're going to see something. You can see that there's a annotation here showing DN. This DN means down. So we don't need I don't want it to face here because I don't want the ramp to come down from this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on mirror. And once I click on mirror, I'm going to make sure I uncheck this copy. Then I'm just going to hover around and this triangle icon is going to indicate that the center point is selected. So I'm just going to click on it and draw a straight line and just mirror it opposite. So now if you go to 3D, we are going to see whether it plays well. So actually it was meant to place the inverse way. So what we are going to do is we are going to go back to NGL and we're just going to hit Ctrl Z to revert what we did. So I think this is proper. Okay, so another thing now is if you go to this 3D, you're going to see that this ramp is looking weird. It's kind of just like a slab tilted. So we don't want it to be like that. We want it to actually fit in very flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on it. We're going to click on edit type. So now we are now going to change this shape. Instead of thick, we're going to change it to solid. And once you change it to solid, you are going to click apply and we're going to click OK. So this is how to create your typical ramps for your entrance. So now we have created it. If we go to this plan, we can now mirror it to the other side. We're just going to pick it. We're going to click on mirror. We're going to make sure this copy is checked on. Then we're going to try and select this center point and we're just going to mirror it to this other point. Then I'm just going to click on this ramp. Let me just adjust it well and I'm going to do it. Okay, so this is fine and good, and if you can see, it's not looking bad. I think the thing fits in properly. Let me just rotate this well and see if it went well. So as you can see, we have an issue based on the height of this ramp. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to go to this 6 meter and change it from 6 meter to 12 meter. Click on apply, click on OK, and it's going to adjust properly. So I think 12 meter actually fits in. Okay, 12 meter is still too much. Let me click on edit and change it to 10 meters. 1 meter is too. So this is just a. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to create ramps that goes across floors. So to do that is just almost the same thing. Let's just go to an appropriate plan view. We're just going to go to this ground floor. So in this ground floor, let's just delete this dining stuff and just use it as a sample position just to create the ramp. So I'm just going to show you how to do it. So now we're going to go to ramp again. Under this ramp, as usual, we're going to select the default one. We're just going to select this ramp one. Then I'm going to click on edit type. I'm going to click on duplicate, and I'm just going to call this main ramp. So once I've given this name, I'm going to click on OK. I'm going to leave this parameter set at tick, and I'm just going to change this text size to, let's use 1.5. Then I'm going to assign a new material. I'm going to be assigning the same ramp concrete. I'm going to go to graphics, it's what looking black. Check this use render appearance, click apply and click OK. So now this maximum incline length, I'm going to adjust this, but it depends on how the thing forms. So we are going a distance of 3.6 meters high, or 3.7. Let me just use 3.6. I think that is the height of the headroom. So for this 3.6, we are going to need a total length of about 30 something meters, which I think is much, to be honest. But let me just change this to 6. 1:6. Okay, even though this is below standard, but this is just me showing an example. So I'm going to click on OK now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm now going to click on boundary line, and I'm going to try and just draw a dog leg ramp. So once I've done this, I'm just going to click on offset, and I'm going to offset this by 900. So I'm just going to offset this here. Okay, I'm going to click on back. I'm going to click, make sure I check this copy. I'm going to offset this here. And I'm going to just trim everything just to create a path. Then I'm going to be using the risers, and I'm just going to draw a riser to close this loop here. Draw another riser to close this loop. Draw one here just to create some landings, and draw one here. Then once this is done, I'm going to click on finish. So if you now go to 3D now, we're now going to see what ramp. So we're just going to simply click on section box, so we can just adjust it and just see our ramp. Okay, so as you can see our ramp here. The thing was far below. Like, to get this height, we actually need more length. So that is one thing about ramps. Ramp need a lot of length. So let's just bring this and just move this outside this building. Let's move this first, then let's just click on this and click on edit sketch. Then we're just going to pull this, and we're going to pull this just to give the ramp much more length. So I think once we've done this, we can now delete these two landings here just to create a simple dog leg ramp. Okay, so this is the thing you have to do. So you would have to do the necessary calculations when creating your ramps. So if you just click on this scope box, let's just revert this and see what we've done. So as you can see how this ramp flew across. So you can use this to create ramps that flies across floors. So I think we have covered basically what we need to know about ramps. This is the proper way to create ramps in Revit. You can also use the model in place interface, but I will always suggest this one that is the proper way. Okay, so if you haven't done so, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel for more content like this. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We have dropped some Revit full courses, so if you are new to Revit, make sure you check that out. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell to get notified once we release new videos, because we do that on a weekly basis, hopefully. With that out of the way, I'm going to wish you good luck till we meet again in the next video. Thank you.